Proposed construction project to link two train stations in Boston could make long-distance travel from Maine much more convenient. But there's no guarantee officials will secure the funding they say they need.
Jeremy Portnoy, an investigative journalist with OpenTheBooks.com, joins us now live with a breakdown. And Jeremy, what's the goal of this proposed project?
Well, you probably know already, there's no easy way to take the train from Maine to anywhere south of Massachusetts. You got to get off in Boston, transfer to another train station a few miles away. Sometimes it's not so easy. So they've been talking for decades now about linking these two stations in Boston. But this year it's really picked up more support than usual in Congress. So it looks like most likely they're going to try and get this off the ground. The initial funding is going to come from Boston, but eventually they'll probably need federal funding, which means they're going to be asking Maine Senator Susan Collins for help in the Appropriations Committee.
And what has Senator Collins said about the project? Would she use federal funds to help this rail link be built?
Well, in general, she usually doesn't have a problem with using federal funds for these local kind of projects. We just talked a couple weeks ago about her earmark request for this year. It was about $500 million. That was more than almost any senator in Congress. But she hasn't taken a firm stance on this yet. She talked to the Lewiston Sun-Journal a couple weeks ago. She said this would be a convenient project, but she kept talking about the price tag, that it would cost billions of dollars. And she said she still wants to support the Downeaster train we have that goes from Brunswick to Boston. So it remains to be seen. We'll see what happens with that.
Can you give us a more exact dollar figure, what this project will likely cost?
So it's tough to nail down, right? Because they still haven't submitted a final proposal for how this is going to work. So you have one study from Harvard that says it's going to cost about $6 billion. Then the state of Massachusetts did their own study. They said it could cost up to $22 billion. So the estimates are all over the place. Some of them are a bit dated. But either way, you have Representative Seth Moulton now saying that the economic benefits are going to be worth triple whatever it costs, and that'll create jobs and cut carbon emissions. But all those benefits, remember, that's just for Massachusetts. Maine is just getting the added convenience of easier travel. So, but we'll still be on the hook for those federal funds if they come in. So that'll be a decision to see if it's worth it or not.
And how have similar projects around the country fared recently?
So one problem we've seen a lot this year is these projects will start at one price tag, and then there will be so many delays and added costs that they end up costing so much more than what taxpayers actually approve. We had one railway in Santa Clara, California getting built now. It got delayed by 11 years and $8 billion in added costs. Similar situations in Baltimore and Minnesota when they try and build light rail. So if this project does take off, we're going to keep an eye on it to make sure they keep their word and try and keep costs to a minimum.
All right, Jeremy Portnoy with OpenTheBooks.com. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thank you so much.